Hi, everyone. We have Jena Jake here with us. Jena, I'd like to thank you for saying yes to be interviewed today. I'd like to introduce myself formally. My name is Nicolette. I am the creator for the podcast titled You're Worthless. Read that again, the juxtaposition of your very soul. And Happy New Year to you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, before we start off, I'd like to introduce yourself to our listeners today, and then we can dive into our conversation.
Awesome. Yeah, I am there. Yeah, you're gonna read it?
Yes, I'm going to read it for you.
Sorry. I'm a little
That's okay.
ready to go.
That way to go. That's okay. So, hello everyone. We have Jena Jake here with us. Jena is a therapist, self-love, and compassion expert. She works with clients, helping them move the needle forward during difficult times. She is also an empath that uses her psychic gifts to comfort and encourage her clients using spirit. Now, Jena is also trained in personality, relationships, and communication, therefore able to solve complex problems. Jena has spent the last decade as head of coaching for J3P, an advisory firm that provides physicians and nursing leaders with the tools and strategies to succeed. Jena successfully coached some of the best physician thought leaders in the country, and that is the USA. Her specialty is helping shy individuals with their challenges in navigating relationships and dating. She is also an author of the spiritual book, The Purpose, and the host of Soul Streaker podcast, my fellow podcaster. Her professional credentials include being a licensed associate counselor in the state of New Jersey and is certified to administer the Hogan Assessment Suite and the J3P 360 assessment. Welcome, Jena. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Yeah, and I also just wrote another journal.
No way.
Welcome home to yourself and my daily growth partner. Yeah, so I'm excited.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about that. But first, Jena, let's take the listeners and myself a trip down memory lane. Can you share with us what was it like growing up as a Jena Jake?
Oh wow. That's a good question. I always liked people, and so that was always my thing. I was always into people. It's funny because I prided myself on being nice, which I'm very nice, but I see that sometimes being too nice is
It's
can
easy.
at the expense of yourself is not a good thing. So there's
Mm-hmm.
boundaries to niceness.
Right. I totally can relate. I mean, we try to be nice to people because we are nice people. And I remember, I think, editing one of my podcast episode last night, and I saw the transcript. A guest said to me, you're nice because, and you treat people nice. You see the values in them, like innately they're nice people, but how they portray towards you or the world sometimes can be the opposite. So this is where we have to draw our boundaries, right?
Yeah, exactly. And we being nice because we're really trying to get something, whether it may even just be validation or that feeling of being a hero, when just doing it from coming from a loving place of not needing something from somebody.
Correct. Correct. Yes. So Jena, what is your backstory? How did your career start?
My career start. Okay, well, I started as a teacher and then I went into counseling. I got a master's in counseling and I was a therapist. And then started J3P with the X and worked in that doing that. And then after that, I went back to therapy for a very short time, but decided I really like working with shy guys because I think doing the dating and the relationship it's for me, it's a lot of fun and it's a great service to them because I've helped so many of my shy guy friends. So I guess this is where my people skills come in. And when you're good at something, you think everybody's good at it, and then you realize no, that's not the case, and they were basically ruining their relationships and no idea what they were doing, how to get out of it, and sinking quickly. And I did that enough times. I said, oh, you know what? If you need this and you need this and other people need this, and this is something that's just fun and easy for me that I really feel like I could serve. So that's how I got here.
No, okay. Now we're going to go deep into the questions. So the questions that I have for you, Jena, many shy individuals including, okay, I don't consider myself as shy, but yeah, at times I don't really want to engage with people. Many shy individuals struggle with initiating.
Yes, right, that's introverted. That's not shy. Go ahead.
Yeah, many shy individuals struggle with initiating conversations in dating or social interactions. What are some practical first steps that they can take to overcome this fear and start building those much needed connection?
Well, first of all, for my shy guys, I want you to know that being shy is really your superpower and that you have so many great traits like being a good listener, being empathetic, attention to detail, really wanting to please your partner. Those are things that women are looking for. And don't be fooled because you may have trouble initiating a conversation or you're so worried about what they're thinking that you don't have a lot to bring to the table, because you do. That would
And
be my first answer to that question.
yeah, and I actually have certain inclination towards guys that are like more reserved because they're willing to let you lead in a way that, oh, this is me, and the way they portray themselves is okay. I'm willing to listen.
Yes.
It's not about you. It's not about me. It's about
And as they get more comfortable, they open up to you. It's like a gift. It's like just a box of chocolates. You don't know what you're going to get. And so
yeah.
really, that's amazing. And women like these traits in guys,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and they know that because they're
Exactly.
lost and they're confused and they don't know how to navigate relationships.
Yeah. So let's say a guy were to go on a first date. So what would they do then? Like number maybe some three steps, three easiest step. Like how do they amp themselves up before the day of the day?
Practice makes perfect. I would definitely role play some
Mm-hmm.
scenarios. I would pick a low pressure date. I would be very cautious about how much interaction I wanted, of how comfortable I felt to say, like, okay, let's go roller skating. I know I'm aging myself here, or ice skating. So there's some talking, but maybe there's some activity, and it's, or if you really can't hack it, like, let's do a movie and then maybe a coffee. So it's a shorter kind of engagement time, but there's time spent together doing the same activity, you know, not going to some place too noisy, whatever it is, to be very specific about the venue that you're picking, and structuring the day to your comfort level. I think if you can do your anxiety level at a 5, push the needle, but it's not overwhelming. I always tell the guys, go to 5. Whatever you practice, do it at a 5.
And
Um,
the scale is 10.
yeah, like 10's like weight 1 is you're not uncomfortable at all.
Okay.
And then practice some opening line, or, what are you excited about? And some really thought provoking questions. Um, what's your best memory? There's a lot in my welcome home to yourself. There's a lot of journal prompts they could probably find.
Mm-hmm.
Who's your favorite person? Ask them things that they're going to get an answer that's a longer answer, and they're going to get to know the person. And,
Mm,
I mean, you could have a whole amazing date conversation. And this is how I encourage them when they're in the doghouse sometimes, to ask these thought provoking questions and then repeat, clarify. Oh, wow, I didn't realize that your grandmother was your favorite person. And tell me more about that. And get them to do a lot of the talking and
mm,
doing a lot of the listening. And the woman's going to think she had this great date because people like to talk about themselves.
yeah.
A little bit of a hack.
A little bit of a hack. Yes. So, Jenna, tell us about your journal. Now I'm intrigued. What are the the
Yeah.
gems in that journal?
Let me pick a random page.
Okay. Awesome.
Here's a letter of self-compassion, or a letter of appreciation. Yes, let's do a letter of appreciation. All the things that, you could appreciate about yourself, your family, your friends, the fact that, you have food in your refrigerator, you can hear, you can see. So that would be a great date question. What are all the things you're appreciative of? Let's talk about gratitude. I mean, why not? Right? Talk about all the things that they're really grateful for on a date. And they're grateful for that person, and that person saying yes. And, so that's a lot of journal prompts like that. And it's good. It's I'm a mother of a child with autism, which I think is what inspired me to write this. So this kind of just keeps you motivated and happy, talking about your goals, getting it done. What are you doing for fun? What are you excited about? What would you love to do so much that you would pay money to do it? Is that your purpose? What are your best habits? What skills do you have that people can make money from or people want to learn? Things
Mm.
like that. Language patterns, you know, what scares you? Why do I think this? Does this belong to me? Fun things like that. And there's a lot of great quotes in here. So it's very, very inspiring.
I love it. When you were saying about the appreciation, listing all the things that you're appreciative of, and then now, I couldn't help but to think that there's a scene that pops up in my head where a girl and a guy, they were talking, and then let's say the guy is saying this, or either way, and then when as one of the persons starts saying, listing down his or her list what he or she is appreciative of, then it gets boring. Then that date is not really what you're looking for. You probably don't want to be, you don't want to go on a second date or even think about going into a longer term relationship with that person. Now, I know we're talking about shy guys, right? Like how to break the ice and whatnot, but I couldn't help but think like, oh, what if I do this and then there's this fear of inside within them because my podcast talks about your worthiness. And then, they can come to the date and say, hey, yeah, I'm also shy, but I also have lack of self-esteem. Like I don't see myself worthy of going to a second date with this girl or guy because he or she might be somebody fabulous in his or her eyes. So I couldn't help but to think of it that way. But yeah.
You're saying that the person wanted to go on a second date, but felt like they were not worthy of the girl?
Yes.
I mean, because you exist, you're worthy, and I think of it as like, you're not worried about whether or not she likes you. You're worried about whether or not you like her and that you would want to go on that second date. And so ask.
So put the focus on you. So the key here is to put the focus on yourself.
Focus on you, whether or not you like her. And even for
Mm-hmm.
women, say that too. Like, don't focus on whether or not this guy likes you. Like, don't be so worried of the date. Does he like me? Does he like me? You like him? Do you want to go on another date with him? That's what you got to be worried about, thinking about, not that other way around.
I love that. You just flip the script.
And you know what?
Thank you, Jena. Hi, I'm Nierras, your host of the Your Worthless podcast. Now, if these real raw stories hit home, don't wait. Please follow, like, and subscribe my Spotify and YouTube. For bite-sized inspirational reels, follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn. Don't wait. Your transformation starts today. Thank you, and bye for now.
Is redirection. That's all. Every pot has a lid. Just keep it moving and don't get stuck
Yeah.
in, because it's not what you're doing. It's not personal if they don't like you. It's coming from their lens.
Mm.
I profound when I realized that I can't make people happy because it's not what I'm doing that's making them happy. It's the way they're thinking about what I'm doing that's making them happy. And I can't control that.
Reach, reach, reach. What a way to start my
Yeah.
new year.
Don't worry, you can't work that shift.
I love it, Jena. Yes. Okay. Now, I think this flows nicely into my next question. Now, how does self-love and self-compassion influence the way we approach relationships and dating?
Um, well, let's talk about what's the self, right? Because maybe I've been listening to too many spiritual gurus, but it's like, where's me? Who's me? And I'm realizing that if we take away everybody's ego, mind, and filter, and personality and experience, that we're all just this one, like cookie dough, and we're not the cookies separate. We're the actual dough. That we were all one. And so loving yourself is loving everybody. There's no separation between you and them. And so I think to have self-love in that respect, that really you generate your love, because nobody can, if someone's brokenhearted, and you might be fair to say they're breaking their own heart because their love gets generated from them. So if you're in love with somebody and you feel so good about that person, you're using them as an excuse to feel good, but you can feel good without them. There's freedom in that. And that's what I practice. And I'm not saying this is easy, but it's simple and it's something to practice. So Practice feeling good to feel good and feeling like you're in love with everybody and not just the one person, because the love is
Oh,
coming from, and you're just kind of,
you're just casually dropping some truth bombs right here.
thank
I love
you,
it.
beyond beyond the ego, because they don't realize that they're trapped in their filters from childhood to survive. So if you could just excuse them for that, and it gets really heavy, like forgiving your parents and things like that, because they didn't know better, because they were trapped in their paradigms, their prisons of the ego. So I would look at self-love that way, and self-compassion, same thing, because we have to understand that we do live in this, we have, this ego part of us, and we don't know better because we think we're that. And so we have to have compassion for that, and compassion for others. And having compassion for the self is having compassion for everybody else. It comes from the same place. So, yeah. So like the Course in Miracles talks about, the special relationship. So it's really focusing on the picture of loving everybody and not the frame of like, this my girlfriend or not my girlfriend. Just come
Oh
from
my
love, be
God.
love, feel love, generate it for yourself, and everybody will want to be with you because you're going to be so magnetic.
Because you're radiating that love towards everybody, and there's
Right. Like,
no
who's not going to want to be
separation. You're
around?
not choosing, I'm loving this person lesser than this person
Right.
right
Like,
here.
love your mailman as much as you love your spouse or your boyfriend,
Yeah.
because it's just going to feel good to do that. I'm not saying, sleep with the mailman,
Yeah. That's right.
but, you know, feel the love for the mailman or the stranger in the street. It's just all radiating from you. Everybody's,
Mhm.
in love with everybody. And then
Yeah.
you have the, form of relationship. But if that person leaves, okay, well, you still get to generate the love.
Exactly. And then when you were saying about that mailman, right? If that person were to like get it, I mean, touch wood, get into an accident, and would you actually care about that person enough to actually like visit that person in the hospital? And as a human being, being compassionate towards, it's not just, okay, my spouse is admitted and okay, well, he's like top priority right now, all else. And I'm going to drop everything else. Like, is it the same with your male friend?
Male career, right?
Yeah.
Sure, why not? Well, go, but you'll get the best service
Yeah.
once they're out of the
Better.
hospital, right? And then really, and this I realized today, even when you love somebody, it's like letting them be them unconditionally, trying to get from them or loving them to be wanting them to be a certain way. That's not loving them. It's like letting them just be who they are, and you just not being affected by that. Just you keep just being the love.
Yeah. Love
And
generator.
that does not happen, I don't think, very much in relationships. There's people have agendas in relationships because people are trying to get something.
Something.
It's very tricky.
No, but I love the age that we're entering right now. Everything's gonna come to light. The age of Aquarius. I don't know if yeah, I'm sure you listen to a lot of spiritual gurus, and I'm excited to see how things unfold in the next 20 years. Yeah, everything that's false, they're gonna crumble, and then we're gonna have to start rebuilding it from the truth. 'Cause truth will always prevail, right?
And that's what I think people don't understand when people are, the gender they, them. I think because the generations that are coming are more ethereal and less matter.
Oh my God! Now you frame it that way. Yes.
They're more spirit. They're
Yeah.
genderless. They're formless.
Exactly.
They know this.
We're
They're
one
form.
and the same. Yeah.
That's what I
Okay.
think.
I love it. And what a way to have you as my first guest for 2025.
Wow, that's cool. I'm so excited.
It is.
Ding, ding, ding. I feel like
Ding,
there's like,
ding, ding, ding. Whew. Okay, Jenna. So, rejection can be particularly challenging for shy people. How can they reframe rejection to view it as a stepping stone rather than a setback in their dating journey?
right. It's so a redirection. It's experience. Okay, now you're more experienced. So now you're that much closer to finding the right one. What was it? And sometimes people are crazy. I don't know. It's like you said, you don't know, and people aren't forthcoming about why they're not into you. But okay,
Yeah.
that's hard too because you can't get that feedback.
Mm,
But it's okay because you just keep trying. Like I said, it's not personal. They didn't know you long enough to have it be about you. And don't make the mistake of making it personal. That's what I would. They don't know you. Why would they reject you? They're rejecting their idea of who they created you to be, which was
mm.
something in their head.
Within that limited time of
Limited, you know,
interaction.
thing. Yeah, like, not every guy likes me and I get ghosted or whatever. And it's like, okay, you don't know me, but I guess they must have an ideal of what they're looking for and I'm not it. But I don't even know what that is, so it's like madness.
Mm-hmm.
But just know that you are the answer to somebody's prayer. I promise. I promise. Just keep that in mind that you are the answer to somebody's prayer. Keep going.
Another truthful. Jenna, this is like a mini therapy for me instead of a podcast show. I love
Oh,
it. Being now we're more experienced, so now being vulnerable is a cornerstone of meaningful relationships. Yet it can feel daunting for shy individuals. What are some ways they can embrace vulnerability without feeling overwhelmed? Becoming a podcast host was a natural extension of my second act. Now, after spending 15 years in the corporate world, I've transitioned to helping individuals overcome challenges like navigating tough relationships, career burnout, and aligning their mission with their soul's calling. By certifying as an RTT hypnotherapist and a lifestyle coach, I've made it my mission to empower people to recreate the life they deserve and building a supportive community through my podcast. Now, let me ask, are you facing challenges like struggling to reprogram your mind to attract wealth, weight issues that feel like a constant yo yo, insomnia or restless nights from daily worries, or just a lack of confidence in public speaking? If the answer is yes, visit www.thenierrasholisticlifestyle.com and grab a free hypnosis audio of these common struggles. It's a sneak peek into how my coaching works. Are you feeling shy? Don't be, because I'm as real as it gets. Let's connect on Instagram and LinkedIn and start your transformation today.
That's a really great question. I love these questions are so well thought out. I have to say, I love this. Uh,
Thank you.
Brene Brown talks about vulnerability. That's her thing. And she talks about daring greatly. And I love
Mm-hmm.
that. I love that. So, dare greatly because we're all vulnerable. And honestly, pro tip, guys, women like vulnerable men. And to say, I'm
Yeah,
nervous.
that's like the sauce.
Right. It calms us down. We want to know you're nervous. We want to know you're vulnerable because we're vulnerable. We're vulnerable too. Really, really it works for you. It works for them. It really does. That's what shy guys don't get. That like all these sensitivities appeal to us.
Now thinking about my own life story. Oh, it's okay. I mean, yeah, I love like when we connect. I mean, normally you connect when you're being vulnerable, especially with your female friends, especially your female friends. So with guys too, that's the ice.
Yeah, women appreciate good women appreciate vulnerability in a guy. This, now it gives us permission to be vulnerable too. It gives us permission to be real with them, I think.
And
But
depending whether they can accept
yeah,
that vulnerability, then it's your call because you're in the date, you're the one in the relationship. Maybe you can face it first and then go deeper into it. But I think normally shy guys, I don't know. I mean, I don't know the statistics behind it, but shy guys are more inclined to be more vulnerable. Can I say that like that? Or they're perceived to be more vulnerable because they listen.
because
So
they
they're more
listen.
perceptive. Yeah.
They really want to be in a relationship where, I mean, other guys
Mm,
do too, but the guys that play the field, I guess they feel like they have more options. I don't know. A lot of this comes into insecurity, but if you come with this idea of like, no, there's no difference between you and her, and I don't know how spiritually on board they are with these kinds of ideas, but
I love
that there
that.
is no difference, that you and her are one.
One. Yeah.
So the formless sense. So there's not like anything anybody can do to you. If like you come from this idea of just being love unconditionally, there's nothing that anybody can do to you. They're not doing it to you. They're really doing it to themselves.
Yeah. And it's everybody's on their own timeline. So depending on where they are in the journey. So yeah, it's where you adjust.
Yeah, and just
Mm.
have faith. Have faith that, you keep shining your light and you'll attract the one that is meant for you because you just show up as authentically you, which is, there's only one of you. Everyone else is taken. So just be you. And the one that's meant for that, if you shine the light bright enough, like a bat signal, they'll find you. You got to believe.
I love that. Thank you, Jena.
Or at least expecting it. Don't, just go out and
Don't wait
be
for the outcome. Go just do your best.
right.
Keep
Be
creating
detached from that.
life.
Right, exactly.
Yes.
From the outcome.
Yeah.
And you know what? You don't like me? You got any friends? Be bold enough to ask. Sometimes
Yeah.
not
That's true.
me.
That's
I
true.
have a friend for you. I know a woman that got this guy. A woman, she saw this guy on Hinge, the dating app, and said, and reached out to him. Thank God he liked her. And she said, "Well, I'm not really interested in you, but I have a friend for you." And then they got the friend and him got married.
Oh my God.
Why not?
You never know. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I've heard of these, like bring a guy you're not interested in parties. So maybe that was the purpose. Maybe they have a friend. Who knows? Who knows?
A friend, it's so funny. I just got on the phone with a friend yesterday, and then he was like, I asked him casually, how's your dating life? Like he's gay, so he's very into guys. And I'm like, I've been telling you, come and introduce me some male friends. I'm like, but I'm also searching, I'm also filtering. So it's like, no, but we have different markets. Okay, your market is like that. My market it's like this. I'm like, okay, fair enough. So come on, like, be serious. It was
Right.
like telling
You got to be his wing woman. He's got to be your wingman.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's so funny now that you talked about this, right? Okay, maybe there's something there. Okay. Okay, Jena. Shy individuals often struggle with negative self-talk or feeling not enough. Okay. What are some strategies or exercises they can use to challenge and change these limiting beliefs?
Well, actually, you are enough. But I'm teaching a class starting on the 8th, I think, of February for 4 weeks. And we talk about just this question. And we're going to build a confidence list. And so you're going to see all your attributes that you bring to the table and everything that makes you unique. And you don't go from that, because let's say there's like 80% of you that you like and 20% that you don't, but people focus on the 20 and not the 80. And we're going to look to build up the 20. Build up the 80 and the 20. Who cares? That kind of thing. Everybody feels like they're not enough.
So we tend to scrutinize the 20%, the negatives.
100%.
Yeah.
Just
maximize your strength, maximize your confidence. Let's just focus on that. Okay, Jena, what are you working on currently?
Okay, like I mentioned, I have this course I'm doing. I also have you can find it on my website, jenajake.com. I have a podcast, the Shy Guy Whisperer podcast, aside from my Soul Streaker podcast.
Soul Streaker podcast. Okay.
I have 2 podcasts, Shy Guy Whisperer and Soul Streaker. Let's see. I want to do a video version of this course that I'm working on. I got my private clients, and I have a book called The Purpose about a boy, or not a boy or a girl, I'm sorry. It's a non-binary character named Sammy who figures out the purpose of life. And then I wrote something for parents of children with autism about helping them find friends, which is on Amazon. And then this journal's on Amazon too.
Brilliant.
That's what I got going on now.
Okay. Thank you. What is next for you?
That's a great question. Hopefully building my audience, getting more people in my classes, more clients, doing dating profiles. Guys, some of your dating profiles are ridiculous. I'm sorry to be critical, but like what's with, like you see the picture and there's like 5 guys, right? And then you're like, oh, he's
Which
cute.
one?
right? First of all, we have to search for you, and we hate that. And then we're hoping you're the cute one. And I hate to tell you, like, sometimes you're not. If you're going to stand in a group of guys and make us look, make sure you're the hottest one in the group.
Yeah,
Don't stand next to
please.
anyone better looking than you.
Yeah.
Why do you?
Eliminate the competition, please.
Yeah, we're wondering who the other one was, and then we
Yeah.
forgot. And it's like the weird bathroom selfie and the airplane selfie. We've seen it, and the gym selfie and the fish picture. And then you're with some random woman. Is this your daughter? Is this your ex-wife? Is this your girlfriend? Who is this? Don't stand next to women in pictures.
Thank God, Jena. We
Great.
need you. We need to get you out in the open as soon as possible. Save this man and save women too.
Yes. We don't understand these dating profiles. Why do they do that? And then when they're wearing sunglasses or they're standing 7 feet away
We want to see your face. We want to see what your
yes,
eyes look like. Are
we
they like
want to see
crossed?
your eyes.
Are you like?
We want to see your smile. We want to get a sense of your personality. We don't want to see a
That's true.
picture of a tree that you have, or we don't want to see your dog. Okay, we appreciate that you have a dog and you love your dog.
You could probably put the picture of the dog at the end of the
we don't mind
the
I'll give
carousel.
you.
We don't mind that. Yeah. So
Right.
yeah,
And they have the faces, and then they're like blacked out like lollipop heads.
yeah. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
all right, Jena. Okay, we're gonna pivot to it.
All the pictures are stuff like there's nobody, you don't know anybody that can take a nice picture of you. You have to take all selfies. You don't know anybody to take.
Or you know what? Just get a corporate headshot. I mean, even if you have to use your career profile, just put there. Just yeah, and also don't put AI. Like, I don't know. I haven't been on these dating apps in a while, so I don't know. Do they use like AI generated photos now? Like they're like 56, but then the AI photos make them look like the 30 or 25.
And then
So
I don't
yeah,
like pictures where guys are drinking. Like if you're drinking in a profile dating, to me, you have an alcohol problem. Or and if they write, I want someone attractive. Like everybody wants somebody attractive. You don't have to. It's insulting. Don't
duh,
put it
yeah.
there. Don't. It's a given.
Really? They put that?
They
Wow.
do, or they want someone that like works out. But I don't mind if they're like, I work out. I want someone that works out too. But someone that they look like they don't work out, but then they want someone who works out. That you can't have.
You're cracking me up.
You got
Okay.
You gotta be, say.
Because you attract what you are, you don't attract what you want. If you exude that,
Really?
automatically people who are like of your own caliber will navigate or gravitate
Yeah.
towards you.
These women are gonna go out with you. You look like you're 10 months pregnant. No, that's not happening. They're not dating you. I have news for you. Oh my God, this is our trip.
Okay, Jena, we're gonna pivot to a self-worth question now.
Okay.
Yeah. So, what role does community and connection with others play in building and sustaining your self-worth and overcoming imposter syndrome?
Oh, that's a great question. These are really thought out. I think we all need connection and belonging, and I think that helps us with our self-worth. Like, who do we belong to? And having kind of like a group or a tribe or somebody like that. So I think that helps with that. And what was the rest of it?
In building and sustaining self-worth and combating imposter syndrome.
Imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome's interesting. I think we all have it on some degree, but I think being authentically who you are, because why not you? Because it's going to be somebody else. So why not you? If they can do it, you can do it. They put their pants on with two legs, one leg at a time too. There's nothing special or not.
I love that.
Special, not special as they are. So why not you? Why not you? You got this. Like you are, the same fractal of God or whatever that they are, the same light and the same love that they are.
Same.
And there is no difference. So, everybody's meant to, and that's why I think when the Course in Miracles says like, no, you're not special, but you're unique. I think that's true, that in the same that we're equal, to say no one's better than anyone else, but we're also unique. And that uniqueness is really to be celebrated as much as our sameness is to be celebrated. Because it's like all pieces of the puzzle. The puzzle is not complete without each and every one of the pieces.
You. Yeah. Whew. Whew. What is a heart's greatest wish?
Peace and freedom for me and for everyone, to be really emotionally free, and for everybody to know the truth of who they are, and not be afraid of it.
If you could create a quote right now, Jena, for you to leave to the audience listening, and the world is your legacy, what would it be?
I get downloads in the 90s, and this one was
No
my
way.
90s. I got one that said, and I never how profound it was, but I heard it again today. Came back to me, and it said, "We have no future, we have no past. All we are is the love of now," which is so true. Like all we have is this moment, and like there is no time, right? It's just these nows that are just
Time is
now.
an illusion.
And all that, and to feel love and just to be in love in this moment, because that's the only time I can ever feel it, is right now in this moment. And just to embody that, embrace that, and be that. That's it. What would your life be like then if you just were just in love in this moment, in very present, in love in this moment? You'd be the loving presence and nothing else existed. How would my life be different? So that's what I'm practicing now. I'll let you know how it So that would be my quote that universe gave me to share.
And it so happened for today. Wow.
Yeah. I'm just, it's my giving it out right here on your show.
Yeah. Yeah, you heard it first. Right. The first time was in the 90s, and now today.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't share it publicly. I've kind of kept it to myself, thinking about it and going, well, it's pretty profound. It's pretty simple, but pretty profound. And the more I'm drilling down with it and sitting with it and embracing it and kind of enjoying it, it's like, I like it more and more.
How can people reach out to you?
They can find me on my website, www.jena.jake.com. I'm on TikTok and Instagram at Jena.Jake, and Facebook. I don't know what my Facebook is, or LinkedIn, but I'm very findable.
Awesome.
Like on my
dating,
I don't like to tell people my, because it's like you could Google me for a month and find stuff. Like, I don't even know what's out there anymore. I mean, I've had Google me that I didn't even know. Find me on in Facebook groups and contact me. My phone number or email or whatever it is. So,
okay.
That's not like Where's Waldo?
Where's Waldo? I think you're really funny, Jena. I like it. And there you have it, everyone. You've just heard an inspiring journey and incredible wisdom. Thank you for sharing the work that you're doing to uplift others and make a lasting impact. Despite the challenges, Jena, you're paving the way for others, and your dedication is a true testament to resilience and purpose.
Well, this was so much fun. I adore you. You're my new BFF, Nick. I love this.
Yes.
You're so thoughtful. You have to come on Soul Speaker Podcast. Yeah. I feel like the pressure's on because my questions are not as thoughtful as yours. So now I really got to.
No. And for that reason alone, you are worthy. And with that, I'd like to thank Jena Jake for joining us today, and to all of you for listening. Until next time, I'm Nierras, your host. Keep shining, keep growing, and remember, you are worthy and you are enough. See you in the next episode. Thank you, Jena, for your time.
Oh my God, thank you so much. This was an amazing treat. Thank you.
Thank you.